Yo, it's your bar with another video. If you want bigger arms with minimal equipment, then you'll love these exercises. These exercises will make your arms look bigger, wider, and thicker. These exercises target the most important muscles for bigger arms, including the triceps, biceps, and shoulders. Throughout this whole video, you're only going to need a pair of dumbbells, allowing you to do them anywhere, including at home. Working the brachialis will help make your arms appear wider because it's the muscle between your upper head and your tricep. The brachialis is usually about right here. And then when you build it, it's gonna push out, making your arms look wider and thicker. The next exercise is called the single arm tricep extension. You need to make sure you work out your triceps because your triceps make most of your arm size. In order to do the single arm tricep extension, you only need one dumbbell, and you don't have to have a heavy dumbbell in order for it to be effective. In order to do this, you're going to have the dumbbell behind your head with your arm bent at 90 degrees in an acute angle, and then you're basically just going to extend your arm straight up and squeeze and lock your elbow, and then go back down, and it's like you're trying to itch your back, and continue for reps. This next exercise is called the two-arm tricep kickback, and this exercise doesn't require a lot of weight to be effective. In order to do this, you're going to need two dumbbells. So you're going to grab the dumbbells, and you're basically going to bend your knees a little bit and have a flattened back. Bring your dumbbells close to your hips, and then you're just gonna use your triceps to extend your arms back, and then just kicking you forward. So that's the tricep kickback. And remember to train your triceps because it makes up majority of your arm size. And you want to make sure you hold the weight up for a little bit before going back down when you extend. If you can't, that means you should lower the weight. The next exercise is the wide dumbbell curl, which you've seen in my other arm video, but I'm still going to show you anyway. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. And if you're liking this video, subscribe and share my channel to someone you know. And remember, when I hit 1K, I'll release merch. So in order to do the wide dumbbell curl, it's not like a regular bicep curl. In a regular bicep curl, your palms are facing forward, and then you just curl straight up. But in a wide dumbbell curl, you're gonna have your palms facing a little bit outward, like this, if you can see. Up and squeeze, go back down, and then squeeze again.
Ooh, goddamn.
Bruh. This exercise will help your arm appear wider and thicker because when you're curling, you're going wide instead of straight up. And when you go wide, it works your outer bicep head. The next exercise is called the shovel curl press. You're gonna see in a moment why it's called a shovel curl press, because it's two exercises in one. In order to do the shovel curl press, you're going to need one dumbbell. And in order to do it, you're going to have your arm right here with both hands on the dumbbell. And then you're going to basically curl like you're shoveling. This is like how people usually shovel. And then that's going to be a curl, and you're going to squeeze. And then after that curl, you're going to press up, which is where the press comes in, and then you go down on your opposite side and then extend. Go up this side, press, and then down and extend. That's why it's called a shovel curl press. The shovel is this part, and then the press is this last exercise is called the Zotman, whatever you call it, curl. In order to do this exercise, you're going to need two dumbbells, and you're basically going to just start off with the regular curl, and then after that, you're gonna switch this way, having your palms facing out, and then you're gonna just control all the way down, working your biceps, and then when you go down, this is gonna help with your grip shape because it's gonna work on your forearms.
As long as your chest is bigger than your gut, that means you're still in good shape. I'm kidding, but you might have heard this phrase before, but there is more to being in shape than just having nice pecs. The chest is the most noticeable muscle group regardless of what you're wearing. Having a bigger chest makes you appear stronger, healthier, and more confident. The chest helps in roles of throwing and pushing movements. So in this video, I'm going to help you get a bigger chest with the top chest exercises. Let's get into the video. The first helpful exercise that you need to build a bigger chest is military push-ups. A military push-up is basically a regular push-up, but you stay down longer and up longer. So this is how a military push-up would usually go. So it's basically your normal push-up form, but so you're going to push up. You're going to stay here for about 10 seconds, and then you can increase the amount you stay up and stay down when your level changes. And then you go down and you hold that for 10 seconds or longer depending on your fitness level. And then you just continue for reps when you feel like you've gotten better at those. And if you feel like you've gotten better with the time frame you're using, increase the amount of time you stay down and the amount of time you stay up. The next exercise to build a bigger chest is called the hand release push-up. The hand release push-up is basically just a regular push-up, but you release your hand to make the push-up more difficult. So I recommend you do these if you're a more advanced lifter. So in order to do these, you're going to be in your regular push-up form, and you're going to go down and then have your chest hit the ground, and then you want to release your hands from the floor and then push them back and then put them back and then push up. Is basically how you do the hand release push-up. The third exercise you should be doing is called a staggered push-up. A staggered push-up is when your hands are staggered, so you'll have one hand above another hand. So one hand will be up here, while the other one will be down here. And then you just switch. So this is how to perform a staggered push-up. It's still like regular push-up, but you just have your hands in a different position, making the exercise harder and putting more of a weight load on one side than the other. So you're going to do it like this, and then just go down, then up, down, then up. Then just continue for reps. And this push-up is a well-known push-up used by many people, and it is the diamond push-up. The diamond push-up is usually used stress on the triceps, but they still help work on your chest. So you literally are going to make a diamond with your fingers, have them together like this when you're doing the push-up, and when you're doing diamond push-ups, this will work your inner chest, and you want to have it, and you want to have your hands like this, making some shape like a diamond, and then just basically doing a regular push-up, and that helps build your triceps, which helps bigger, and which helps build bigger arms, because your triceps make most of your arm muscles. But that exercise works on the inner part of your chest. The next exercise that will help you build a bigger and more attractive chest is called a spider push-up. Most of these exercises I've been going through are advanced variations of the regular push-up, to put more stress on your body, especially if you're an advanced lifter and you are tired of doing regular push-ups and you want to make the push-ups easier. So to perform the spider push-up, you're going to be in a regular push-up form, and instead of just pushing up and just involving your arms and your chest, you are going to use your legs. So you're going to push down and have your leg follow you, and then go up and do it on both sides. You want your knee to be close up to your hand, and when you push down, you need to have your leg follow you. And when you push up, you need to have your leg follow you. This push-up, this exercise is called the side-to-side push-up. It's basically what it sounds like. You go side to side and you push up. So a side-to-side push-up, you're going to be in your regular push-up form, and instead of going straight down, you're going to go to one side, push up, and then go to the other side. This makes the push-up more difficult and helps you target one side of your body and helps prevent muscle imbalances. So if you're having a hard time getting rid of your chest muscle imbalance, it's best to do side-to-side push-ups. You increase the amount of resistance you have to push up than in a regular push-up. The final chest exercise that you need to put in your workout is the push back. So instead of pushing directly up, you're going to push back. In order to do this, you are going to be in regular push-up form like you've been most of the time in this video. And you're going to go down, and instead of going straight up like for a push-up, you're going to go down, push back, and then come back to the position, go down, straight back, and then continue for reps. I think this would be working on your upper chest because you're pushing this way instead of going down this way, and that would most likely work your upper chest. If you want that V-taper look where your body is proportionally bigger than your waist, then having a wider back is a must. So today I wanted to give you the only exercises that you need for a wider back. The first exercise is called the bend over row. In order to do the bend over row, you're going to need to bend your knees a little bit, not too much forward or not standing completely up, but bend it a little bit. And then after bending your knees, you're going to bend over, and then you're going to basically row up and then go back down. When you're doing a bend over row, you want to bend over like I said, and you want to row and have your shoulder blades close to each other, and you should be able to fit a pencil between your shoulder blades without it falling. The next exercise is called a seesaw row. In order to do the seesaw row, you're going to need 2 dumbbells, and it's basically going to be like it's basically like you're going to be using a seesaw, but you're going to row. You're going to have one leg in front and then the other leg back with your toes only touching the ground, and your front foot's going to have your whole foot planted on the ground. And then you're going to bend over, kind of like in a bend over row, and you're not going to do both arms at the same time. You're just going to seesaw up with one arm and then do it with another arm and continue for reps. And you want to squeeze each shoulder blade, and then that's it. The final exercise is called the bend over row.
The final exercise is called the Renegade Row. In order to do this, you're going to need 2 dumbbells, and they're going to be on the ground. And you're going to use both dumbbells as something to hold on. Instead of putting your hand on the ground, you're going to put your hand on both dumbbells. Then you're going to get into a plank position. Then one arm, so in my case, this arm is going to stay on the dumbbell while I bring this arm up and row. So you want to make sure you tilt to the side you're not rowing on so you don't fall and you can stay up. So, and then like on the other side, you would keep this arm down, and then tilt, and then go up, and basically just row like we did it with the other exercises. If you want to get an attractive core, and not only do you have to eat healthy, but you have to also incorporate some of the best core exercises to shape your core. So I can help with that. In this video, I'm giving you the only exercises that you need for an attractive core. Let's get into the video. Before we actually start, be sure to tell me in the comments what you think about me having this and this, which are workout posters, in the background of my videos. Now let's get into the first exercise, which is called the hollow pullover. In order to do the hollow pullover, you're going to need a pair of dumbbells, and you do not need heavy dumbbells in order to make this exercise effective. In order to do this exercise, you're going to have the dumbbells behind your head, placed on the floor, and you're going to have your head and legs off the ground a little bit, so you don't have your legs up a little bit, as well as your head, and you want to just pull over and continue for reps. Next exercise is called the Russian twist. In order to do the Russian twist, you need to make sure you don't do these mistakes. When I see people doing the Russian twist, they usually have their legs up and then they cross their legs. You shouldn't cross your legs, you should just leave your legs off the ground. And do not put your legs on the ground either while you're doing the exercise. Another mistake I see people make usually is they have their legs up, not crossed, but they're just touching the ground, not moving their body to the same place that they touched the floor with. So in order to do it, you're gonna have your legs up, and you're gonna have your arms in front of you, and then you're gonna make your shoulder go turn, and you're gonna turn with your arm and continue with reps. And in order to do it with a dumbbell, you're just basically gonna hold it like this, and it's basically the same thing, just with a dumbbell, and you're holding it like this. The next exercise is called side plank. In order to do the side plank, you're gonna be on your side. The original side plank is the one where you just have your legs on top of each other, but I'm going to show you the original one and the advanced side plank. So you're just going to want to have your leg on the ground, and you can either have your forearm like this when you're doing the side plank, or you can have your hand all the way on the ground and just get higher. But you want to make sure your other hand that's not supposed to be on the ground not get on the ground. So I recommend you just lay your other arm on your side. Now in order to do the advanced version of the side plank, you're going to make the same, you're going to do the same thing I just told you, but instead of having your legs together, you're going to spread them apart. So you're going to go up and spread them apart instead of having them together. You can do it like this too, and that's how you do the original and advanced side plank. But I do not recommend you do the advanced version unless you've been lifting for a while and you need some But if you're a beginner, I recommend you do the first side plank I showed you, which is the original one. The next exercise is called the corkscrew plank. In order to do the corkscrew plank, you're gonna basically be in a regular plank position, a flat back, and instead of just planking with no movement, you're gonna move your legs to your other side and squeeze the core and hold it for about 2 seconds, and then go back and keep switching and continue for reps. This will work each side of your core. The next exercise is called the wood chopper. In order to do the wood chopper, I don't recommend you do it with weight, but you still can. But if you do it with weight, I feel like if you do it with weight, it's going to work your lats more than before, because it's basically a movement of doing this. But so that's like the wood chopper. The wood chopper is basically you're chopping wood. So you're gonna have your hand behind your head and then chop the wood. And then if you enter a weight into the equation, you're gonna have your weight behind your head, and then you're gonna go up and chop the wood. And it's gonna it's like you're doing a pull down, and it's gonna be working your lats because how you're moving, because your lats are doing some work, and it's probably gonna overpower your core. The final exercise is called the pulse up leg raise. In order to do this, you're gonna basically do a leg raise, but instead of just going up and down, you're gonna do a pulse up leg raise. So in order to do a pulse up leg raise, you're gonna do a leg raise, but then just doing some ordinary boring leg raise, you're gonna pulse up like that. Use your core to basically think of you're kicking something up while doing the leg raise. So that's why it's called the pulse-up leg raise, because you're gonna use your core to push up. This will help work your lower core, and this will help work your overall core, and some parts may be worked more than others. Strong legs will help you jump higher, move faster, and help you be more explosive in athletic activities. And strong legs will also help prevent the chance of both knee and back injury, specifically your lower back. So today I wanted to give you the best exercises to build stronger legs, and let's get into the video. The first exercise is called the reverse lunge. In order to do a reverse lunge, you basically are going to do a regular lunge, but you're going to reverse it. I'm going to show you with dumbbells. I'm not going to use that heavy dumbbells because it's just a workout video. So in order to do a reverse lunge, you're going to drive your foot up that you're going back with, and then go down, tap your knee to the ground, and then go back up with a knee drive. And the knee drive will help you be more explosiveness. Our next exercise is called the Cossack squat. In order to do this, you're gonna have one leg that bends and the other leg that stays straight. So in this case, my left leg's gonna bend and my other leg, my right leg's gonna stay straight. In order to do this, you're gonna basically go to your side like in a lateral lunge, but the straight leg, you're gonna make sure your foot is pointing up and your toes are pointing to the ceiling. The next exercise is called the sumo squat. I'm going to show you how to do the sumo squat without weights, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with weights. So in a sumo squat, you're going to have a wider stance instead of how you usually do in a regular squat. So the sumo squat's going to be wide, your legs are going to be wider, and your knees are going to basically go more out to the side, and you're going to have an open area. You should feel it about right here, which is the pelvic floor, which is close to the groin area, and it's going to help strengthen that. And your pelvic floor helps you squat lower. So now how to do it with weight, you're basically just going to hold the dumbbell like this, and when you're doing a sumo squat, just think of it like sumo wrestling. This like how like sumo wrestlers wrestle, and you're just going to basically squat in a sumo position, and when you go all the way up, you're going to lock your knees and squeeze the muscle in order to make it more effective, which you should do in every exercise instead of just going half away. Instead of just going half the rep, you should do full rep. The next exercise is called the squat, the basic squat. So you're just going to have your feet in a wide, have your toes pointing out a little bit, and you're just going to basically go down the squat. The lower the better, and then just
Called goblet squats. This exercise targets your glutes, quads, hamstrings, and sometimes your calves. If this exercise is too hard when performed, you can replace it by doing regular squats. Here we go. To hold the dumbbell, you pick it up and do a squat. When you squat, you will go down, hold, and go down as deep as you can. Make sure your back is as straight as possible and continue for reps.